This first comic, he's fucking cool. He's fucking great. He runs the New Jersey Syndicate Comedy Instagram. Go follow that shit. You can get so much cool comedy information out of there. He's one of my best friends in comedy. Funny dude. Please give it up for the one and only Chris Park!
Guys, give it up one more time for Josh. And let's give it up one more time for Rob Garrison, guys. Come on. Hey, threw this all together. Guys, you having a good time so far? You having fun? Excellent, excellent. And I just want to point out that this guy right here, he's giving me a look. Like a look that, sir, I'm sorry, I really wanted this to go well. You're giving me the same kind of look that my father would give me when he would beat me every time we played Monopoly. God damn it, that motherfucker always had Park Place and Boardwalk every time. How is that possible? Did he cheat me? His only son? I was 6. I'm sorry. I get very traumatic and traumatized when I think about Monopoly, It's my personal Vietnam, you know what I'm saying? Whenever I start thinking about Monopoly, I start seeing helicopters and that Doors song starts playing from Apocalypse Now. It's like, this is the end. Go straight to jail, the end. Do not collect $200, my friend. Oh my God. No, my dad didn't actually beat me though. He did at Monopoly, but not physically. That was my mother's job. Anybody else? Anybody else go through that? Yeah, my mother, and her choice of beatings were spanking. That was my thing as a little kid. I feared the dreaded spank, whenever I was being a little asshole, which in her defense was often. But my dad never did that. My dad never beat me. And the reason why my dad never beat me and he never spanked me as a kid was because that's my father's thing. You got it. And now you all have to know that I know that about my own dad. Yeah, in the world of BDSM, where people like to choke and beat and scream at each other for fun, no, my father is referred to as a Spanko in that community. He's got his own nickname and everything. It's really great, And he told me about this stuff, about this part of his life, when I was an adult, not when I was 6, He didn't, say, son, the reason why I'm not spanking you today is, I don't want to mix business with pleasure, And, no, he did tell me about it because he didn't want to, pass away someday and then we, find all of his gear in the basement, Go, Dad, what the fuck? Photos and whips and paddles, oh my, My dad actually did show me his favorite paddle, a.k.a. my inheritance, some fathers leave their things like a watch or like a car or money. No, my father's leaving me a big leather paddle with the word slut cut into the leather. Which will be a fun thing to use someday when it's all mine. I'll be with my girl and I'll just hold the paddle up, look her dead in the eyes and just be like, this was my father's paddle. And it will be my son's paddle after I'm gone. Slut, Oh my God. But speaking of sluts, who had a good Halloween this year, huh? You saw the segue, I'm proud of you. I had a good Halloween, man. I love Halloween. I really get into it. I love doing the thing with the trick-or-treaters, giving out the candy. I am getting older, though. I am starting to get older. I'm not recognizing some of these costumes nowadays, Some little girl, she came up to my door, and she was wearing a white lab coat covered in blood. And I was like, oh, what are you supposed to be? She goes, I'm an abortion doctor. Said, hey, man, as long as you're having fun, kid, happy Halloween. I don't want to get into it. Just get off my stoop, will you? I had some other kid come to my door. He's 14, 15 years old. He's just he's starting to get a little too old for trick-or-treating. You can just, it's going for, it's not so much trick-or-treating anymore as much as it's going door to door begging for food. You're a little too old to be approaching my house with a mask on, And he comes to my house, I give him his candy, and he stands there and he just goes, hey, could I get some water? I was like, no, I don't have any bottles of water to give out. And he's like, I'll take a glass. I'm like, no, I gotta go to the kitchen and fill it up. It's like this whole thing, I don't really... And he's like, that's fine, I'll wait. So finally I just panic. I go, no, and I slam the door in his face. I'm not giving some rando teenager a glass in my house, you know? First of all, you can't give a teenager glass. They'll cut themselves with it. Most of the time on purpose, you know? But also, I mean, where does it end? You know, I'm giving out candy already. I'm gonna give you water? What, would you like to use the bathroom too? How about bus fare? Why don't you come in? Put your feet up. We're watching Friday the 13th. Hang out. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. I was using I went to a Stop and Shop the other day because I needed to use a Coinstar machine because I'm broke and I need beer money often. So I went to the Coinstar machine and I'm doing my thing, and you know Coinstars are always like in like a little alcove, like a little tucked away portion of the grocery store. So I'm by there, you know, you're by yourself, I'm just doing my thing, not bothering anybody. Suddenly this woman, who's like a customer there, she comes up to me and she goes, hey, just so you know, those Coinstars, they charge you a big fee. They really rip you off for the exchange. And I was like, yeah, I know they charge you. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. And she goes, yeah, the amount of money they charge you, it's rape. They literally rape you with the fees. The amount of money they keep from you, it's rape. Rape, rape, rape. And I was like, miss, I appreciate the help, but do you mind not standing right next to me in this secluded part of a grocery store, screaming rape over and over again? Please, not a good look for me, folks. It's not a good look. I know, I look like a rapist. Don't body shame, please. By the way, I looked up the fee. It's like 7%. That's not rape. Come on. If anything, that's just like the monetary equivalent of like a hug that just goes on a little too long. Maybe a little hair sniffing. You know, what can you do? If I'm seeming a little tense, I'm just, you know, I just want you guys to know I'm having a little bit of a crisis in my life, kind of like questioning who I am as a person. The other day, I had a mild sexual fantasy about Mr. Clean, and I don't really know what to do about it, you know? I'll tell you the story. I was in my kitchen, and I'm scrubbing the counter, and I'm using one of those Mr. Clean magic erase brushes, which, first of all, those are bullshit. They, like, disintegrate, like, in your hand as you're scrubbing. They're not worth it. They're very expensive. And I'm cleaning the counter, and I keep looking at the box it came in, and I'm looking at Mr. Clean standing there with that really nice, inviting smile, those deep, milky blue eyes, and his shirt looks so soft. Also, he's got a little earring, so you know he's like a bad boy, you know what I'm saying? And as I'm scrubbing away, I suddenly, like, just start imagining him, like, rubbing my shoulders with his hands as I'm scrubbing. And I'm thinking, ooh, that's really nice. And then I kick out of it real quick. I'm like, fuck! The hell am I doing? I'm standing here at 7 a.m, scrubbing my kitchen, fantasizing about a different life. And I just wonder, is this what housewives do all day long? Like, I just gotta wonder. Like, just you're cleaning the house all day long, just fantasizing about Mr. Clean, just fucking you dirty in the kitchen. Well, fucking you clean, I guess. That would be a better way to put it. Just singing the jingle to themselves as they're cleaning. Mr. Clean, come and fuck my type of scene, Mr. Clean. And by the way, I don't want Mr. Clean to fuck me, but I do want him to hold me. Those arms look safe, dog. I don't know what to tell you. No, but I swear I love women. I really do. That's why I gotta keep pushing that. I love women. I told you, crisis moment. You know, I'm not the best with the ladies. I'm not the best. I admit it. You know, sometimes it's not my fault. Sometimes the universe just throws me curveballs, man. Like I was at a bar the other night and I was talking to this woman, and she's really cute. She's really nice, really friendly. We seem to be hitting it off, and everything seems to be going great. And then all of a sudden, she looks at me and she goes, hey, I think I know you from somewhere. Now, I'm trying to be slick, and I was like, yeah, in your wildest dreams, right? And she's like, no. Hey, do you go to TD Bank? Yeah, I have a checking account at TD Bank. She goes, I'm a teller at the bank. I work through the drive-thru. thing at the bank. I've handled your transactions like multiple times, your deposits, everything. I've seen you a bunch of times. And to her, I'm like going, oh. But in my head, I'm like, fuck. This woman knows how much money isn't in my checking account. You know what I'm saying? She's seen too little, as some would say. I can't even bullshit her and be like, hey, that's cool. Can I buy you a drink? She'd be like, no, you can't. You really... Guys, thank you so much. Give it up for Rob Garrison. Give it up for your host.
Woo! You can do better than that. Yeah! Yeah! Keep it going. One more time for Chris Park. Woo!